In this video, I'm going to repaint Gohan from Dragon Ball Z using the cel shading anime style. This is Omni-Ming and let's get to this. So this is the Gohan figure that I borrowed from my friend. It's pretty huge and the head, torso and legs are separatable. This is also a different plastic material used compared to the Warhammer plastics, so I have to be careful on the paints to use. So first, instead of using my normal spray paint, I'm going to learn a thing or two on how to try it with this primer bottle. It's also my time to try out one of these things that I bought back in Malcolm 2024. It's a new air compressor, and it's actually pretty good even with a tiny body like this. As I have watched some tutorials, they said I could just use the primer without a thinner. This could trigger many, but I've yet to believe this. I probably coated the figure in more than 2 coats, and then the primer kinda sound weird. Then I realized something. So some things happened at the same time. Let me explain. So while I was doing the priming, guess what? This thing actually dropped. I was doing this. I was holding it and it's grabbing. See that? It fell on my computer and it crashed my computer. And the same time, this thing showed its problems. It starts scratching. See? So it starts scratching here, here, and here. So it's easily scratched. Look at that. So there's an issue with this. Hence, I'm gonna have to do something about this. It needs to be washed, and I probably have to go and take a little bit more time going on right now. So more time consumed, I guess. Yeah, one of the things I feared, the primer doesn't hold up. It stays sticky for like 1 full day. I have no choice but to brush it all out now. And I'm going back to the spray paint. But don't worry, I'm gonna come back to it and learn how to airbrush next time. So, I sprayed it with flat white and it's good as new again. Okay, so the first part is to tackle with the skin color. This skin, I'm using Sunny Skin Tones from AK Interactive. And then later I'll overlay with basic skin tone from AK Interactive. Base skin is done. Let's get to the blue area. I'm using Kale Sky for the base. You'll notice some patch of colors here and there, and I would advise to wait for it to dry, then paint another layer later. Another good idea is to have a blow dryer because a larger area could take longer to dry, and if you paint it in an area that isn't dry, there might be more patches of paints that need to be corrected. Right, now we got this too. It's gonna be a lot of orange. We got this guy here, Fire Dragon Bright. That's the brightest orange that I got. Fire Dragon Bright sure helped a lot in this coloring. This is one of the paint that I actually like. It's easy to apply and it isn't so watery. Plus it is not so thick, so I can have a second coat and it's no problem. Okay, you know what's the cool thing actually? For this Fire Dragon Bright, it actually makes the pants and have a lighting at least if you're using just white. And that's interesting, but I'll still have to go and make it fully flat. So I have to see how to do that.
This part of the video is going to be pretty long, but once again, this is the longest part of the painting. I decided to also do a semi-dry brush to speed up the process. Now I'm fixing some details if possible. I'm using ice yellow from AK. And time for the hair. Using Citadel's Dark Reaper. It's a semi-grayish bluish color. That way, I could add the shadows easily with solid black colors later instead of adding another lighter color and then accidentally adding too much colors. I have to be careful as well. I wouldn't want to make a mistake and accidentally nudge a bit of dark color on the skin area. Correcting it is one thing, but the skin can be the delicate part at the moment when the base paint is still in process. All base colors are done, and now the highlighting.
I'm gonna go basic with the Caden Flash Tone. Let's see if Batman Glow is actually important, so I'm gonna give it a shot.
Just a little spoilers. I should have just gone with Cadian Flash Tone on this highlight. The Batman got a little too dark right there, you can see. So, oops. Nevertheless, correcting the color with basic skin tone. Coloring the eyes is the easy part of this. Since Gohan's eye is just black, I just draw it out.
So here is the outcome. So far, I might want to correct it later on. And this part, yeah, it got a little confusing because I thought this would be too bright and then later I mix it together. Now it got too dark, so I went back to Caden Flash Tone. So yeah, it was actually supposed to be Caden Flash Tone. So let's get to the other part of the arms.
These highlights have to be pretty careful. Even if it's easy to correct, having a clean stroke of highlight can make the figure stand out better. So for the darker area, I use AK Interactive's black red color. It doesn't have to be all black as I see it because the strokes have to be thin when highlighting, so once again, I have to be careful. So the first arm is done, repeat the process on the other. I'm testing the highlight and I'm adding white color from AK Interactive. Just have one good clean looking stroke and it looks great.
Alright, skin is done. Now we get to the blue color. We're gonna start with Cantor Blue. I'll give it a try. I think it should work. We'll go to the edges. What I want to do is actually avoid getting it too dark. I think I had a mistake last time when I was putting it over here. That's why you see there's a big correction. So this part actually is a little too much to go through. So I'm going to do a life hack and use panel color. Follow up, we're going to do to the others as well. But let's go and concentrate on this area first. We're going to just put in each and every one of this.
go nuts, because that's the good thing over here. This is just a clothes. This is not like a fragile area. Like the fragile area such as the skin, that's a very sensitive area, because you wouldn't want to ruin the beauty of that one. Clothes like this, no problem. So yeah, keep moving fast, because sometimes the flow might get a little too thick, or it will just dry out immediately. You get one stub of body on the paint. Now the blue seems to need another highlight, so I'm adding Northern Blue to give it a bit of a glow. Attach it as well. Okay, there is progress. We could keep this away because we don't need so much reflections on the boot. So that's a trick. We're gonna make them look over here instead. So next one is also to go and put some white color as well later on, or now. I'm going to test it out, and also work on the orange. And I kind of forgot I'm going to deal with the black color around the hair. For the orange highlight, it's going to be Magma Drop Flame, one of my favorite go-to orange contrasts when speed painting. Afterwards, I add some panel liner, dark brown on the edges. This is a bit scary to be used on Warhammer figures, but it turns out that it is easier for this figure, probably because the different plastic materials that I mentioned earlier. All I have to do is add the panel lining, and if there's some glob of ink or the panel lining doesn't go smoothly, just clean it up with some cotton buds. Alright, we are at the final stretch. Now the hair. Alright, so we just have to go and get to this one. I'm painting the dark area of the hair with Citadel Contrast, Black Legion. Unfortunately, it's a bit hard to see, but it is giving the shadow of the hair nicely. Then for the highlights, I use white and tidy up any colors if needed. And we are done.
Quite honest, one of the most awesome thing I've painted. I think it's just because that I was trying to go and chase after this cell shaded style that I start to think about it and asked to go and get an anime figure. So this actually is from my friend, and I asked him if I could borrow one of his. so that I could practice painting an anime style. Because I did, as you can see, some of the videos that I've done last time, I did attempt the method, but I would want to try it on a real anime figure. So yeah, well, I go and check it out, and he borrowed me one of his Dragon Ball figures. And yeah, quite honest, this is a lot of fun, and I probably will be doing more and more. Thank you everyone for watching. If you'd like to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. And this is Omnibing saying thank you everyone. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Bye!
This video is brought to you by Underground Hobby Shop. Go to Lazada, type Underground Hobby Shop for all your Warhammer and miniature needs.